Right, what's going on guys? Welcome to the video. Now it seems the organisers of the American festival AfroFuture Fest have decided to reach another level of woke by charging people varying prices depending on their ethnicity. Now in America, like here in the UK, that is illegal. It's the literal definition of discrimination based on race. If this was a festival that gave half-price tickets to white festival goers, or a man's festival that gave men a 50% discount on entry, there would be thousands of screaming intersectional feminists foaming at the mouth in unbridled rage because of the white male patriarchy oppressing the people of colour and the hapless women. Now here, they are nowhere to be seen of course. But some artists have been calling out the blatant racism shown by this festival's organisers, which has forced them to pull out of the show completely. The irony is, the artists who have publicly refused to perform there and the others who call them out are the people of colour this festival was trying to favour over white patrons. Now first we have Tiny Jag, a Detroit based rapper who actually pulled out of this disgraceful festival because of its ticket pricing. Well, she spoke to the Detroit Metro Times on July 4th, giving her reasons for refusing to perform at the festival, which we will look at in a moment, and we will also go over the British born rapper Zuby, who's also called them out on Twitter, which has garnered a fair amount of attention, including these tweets and this video.
What's up guys, you know who it is, it's Zuby. Yeah, that took off. I did not expect I didn't expect that tweet to get so many retweets and shares, man. I made a tweet yesterday about this festival in Detroit that was charging people different ticket prices based on their skin color, literally charging white people double. And I felt that this thing needed to be exposed and people needed to see that this thing exists. I had so many people saying, is this real? Is this even a thing? Yes, it is absolutely real. And yes, it absolutely is a thing. Now, it's not the very first time I've seen this kind of way of thinking, or this approach to diversity and equality, which is based on some kind of actual unfair discrimination. It's the very first time I've seen it implemented in such a way, literally charging different prices for different races, which is truly, truly, truly unbelievable. This is not a step forward. This is a gigantic regressive step backwards. This is like some new type of Jim Crow or something like that. I've got a really basic rule when it comes to these things, okay? If you were to swap the races, swap the sexes, swap whatever, right? If you replace the word white with black or black with white or white with Jews or whatever, how would this sound? Would it sound extremely bigoted? Would it sound extremely racist just off the top? Like you wouldn't even need to think about it. If the answer is yes, then it probably is. If I can swap the words men and women and it sounds sexist, the statement is sexist. If I can swap the words black and white and it sounds sexist, the statement is racist. It's really simple. It runs in all directions. All races can be racist. All races can be victims of racism. So I've got a really revolutionary idea here, guys. How about this? How about we just treat everybody fairly and equally? When I say equally, that means apply the same rules to everybody. Black people don't need to be coddled, okay? Black people are capable. We don't need to be coddled. You don't need to lower the bar for us or other POC. I really, really hate that word. So just treat people fairly. Treat people equally. Let's not discriminate. Yeah? Revolutionary idea. Revolutionary idea. But if you follow me, hopefully you already get it. You already understand it. Anyway, I hope you have a blessed weekend, and I will talk to you guys soon. Be good.
You can see this guy is far from happy with this music festival, which comes back to the irony I discussed earlier, that the loudest voices against this racial discrimination is the black artists this festival wanted to perform there. You couldn't make this shit up if you tried, but it fits into what I have seen in my own life. Black people do not want special treatment. No one wants special treatment. Everyone is the same, they just want equal treatment. It would not surprise me if these people who made these pricing decisions are some wealthy white uni kids completely out of touch with reality and the people they profess to be defending from oppression. I can tell you something for a fact. I have never met a black person in my day-to-day life who considers themselves a victim and goes around asking for special treatment. Hence why you see these artists calling out the blatant racism behind the ticketing system. Now let's check out the article from Tiny Jag. The article headlines, Tiny Jag pulls out of AfroFuture Fest after learning white people would be charged a different price to attend. Gillian Graham, aka Detroit-based rapper Tiny Jag, pulled out of a local music festival this week because she disagreed with its pay model, in which people of colour would pay less for tickets than white festival goers. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Graham said she only found out about AfroFuture Fest pay model when a white friend reached out to her and sent her a screenshot via Instagram that outlined the pay difference. The early bird POC, people of colour ticket, was £10, while the early bird non-POC ticket cost £20. Tiny Jack said, I was immediately enraged just because I am biracial. Graham tells Metro Times, I have family members that would have, under those circumstances, been subjected to something that I would not ever want them to be in, especially not because of anything that I have going on. Graham says after the festival confirmed the price structure, she immediately withdrew from the event and requested that she be removed from any promotional materials. She says because she had publicly supported the festival without knowing about the discrepancy between the ticket prices, that she had to publicly withdraw her support as well. She did so by taking to Twitter. She indicated feeling very triggered and discussed how the pay model would have affected her family personally, specifically her grandmother. A lot of the songs that I perform are from my first project called Polly. That is my grandmother's name, Graham says. How do you want me to come to a performance and perform these songs off a mixtape that is titled after this white woman that you would have charged double to get in here? Like it's just outrageous from so many different angles. Spot on. It is. It's disgraceful. It'd be the same as some festival trying to charge Asian people double, or black people double, or women double, or gay people double. It's against the law. It's discrimination. It's literally what discrimination means. The discussion comes at a time when wealthy white people have been moving into Detroit. So what? A predominantly black city. Once again, so what? It doesn't matter who lives there. It's irrelevant. Doesn't mean you should charge people more depending on what race they are. Graham says that while she is definitely for the goal of putting equity back into the black community, she doesn't agree with the method being used to do so. It's non-progressive and it's not solution-focused in my eyes, she says. No, it's something that idiots would suggest. It's literally something dumb people would suggest. It seems almost like it has spite, and unfortunately, with spite comes hate. And that's just not obviously going to be a good direction for us to go if we're looking for a positive change. Yeah, of course it's done with spite. There's pure malice in that. These people do not want white people to go there. I can only assume that. Graham says it was difficult to pull out of the festival because she appreciates the support of her fans. It's not fun to withdraw out of shows, especially at home, especially in your hometown, and especially when your supporters have been so good to you, she says. It's also not fun to do that to my fellow black women. Like, that sucks too. It sucks that this is a thing that's put a wedge here. While the festival organisers declined MT's request for comment, they explained the rationale behind their ticket prices on the festival's Eventbrite page. Equality means treating everyone the same. Equity is ensuring everyone has what they need to be successful. Our ticket structure was built to ensure that the most marginalised communities, people of colour, are provided with an equitable chance at enjoying events in their own community. Black Detroit. Affording joy and pleasure is unfortunately still a privilege in our society for people of colour, and we believe everyone should have access to receiving such. Avoiding joy and pleasure is still a privilege for a lot of people regardless of their race. Being white does not make you rich. You idiots. We have seen too many times orgasmic events happening in Detroit and other POC populated cities, and what consistently happens is people outside of the community benefiting most from affordable ticket prices because of their proximity to wealth. We're talking about $10s and $20 here. There's nothing to do with wealth. You know what I mean? You don't have to be rich to be able to afford $10 or $20 or even $40 necessarily. The problem with it is that you're charging people different prices. If you wanted it more affordable for people of colour, then just drop the ticket price across the board for everyone. I mean, you can't sit there acting all virtuous and like, yeah, we are the moral Puritans, but still trying to make maximum amounts of money out of it. The cycle disproportionately displaces black and brown people from enjoying entertainment in their own communities. As an Afrofuturist youth-led initiative, the voices of our youth inform our resistance. Your resistance to what, you fucking idiot? Here's what they have to say. If you don't see my blackness, you don't see me, period. But if you don't see my blackness, you don't see me. Your being black should be the most irrelevant thing in the world. Who you are as a person, the contents of your character, is what matters. Regardless of your colour, if you act like a dick, people will think you're a dick. If you're a decent person, people will think you're a decent person. So the artist has a white grandmother, and was rightly incensed that a music festival would have the audacity to charge people based on their race. She even took to Twitter publicly stating she wanted no part in this event due to its racist ticket system. I expect David Lammy would love this. I'm surprised he's not headlining it with a little quote like Stormzy did. Now what's even more amazing is these racist fuckpigs who organised this festival actually tried to defend their rationale behind the ticket prices with that piss poor statement on their Eventbrite page. Claiming affording joy and pleasure is still a privilege in our society for people of colour is just insane. It can be a privilege for anyone, as I said earlier. And they believe everyone should have access to receiving such. What the actual fuck are they talking about? This is some of the most demented shitweasel behaviour I think I've seen in a while. I'm pretty sure white people are the largest ethnic group in America, which has also led to there being a lot more poor white people than there is poor black people. So their logic is completely demented along with being overtly racist. How is this event even on the Breitbart website is something I said yesterday. Surely they would have a terms of service agreement that prevents discriminatory ticket prices. It's just baffling. I would bet money that they do. This whole thing is a disgrace and I respect these artists for calling it out. Right, so as I was editing the video, it actually seems that the Future Fest has backtracked and made its pricing the same across all races, though they still have asked for a donation from white people. The founder of and director of AfroFuture Youth told the New York Times that the festival, set for the 3rd of August, is expected to attract over 200 people, and organisers had set 13 tickets aside for white people, all of which had been sold. Oh, so that's going to be a massively diverse crowd then, that is, isn't it? There were a lot of people telling us they didn't mind paying extra. Okay, so what? However, the festival has since decided to backtrack on the double pricing after organisers received threats and harassment. For the safety of our community, family, elders who received threats from white supremacists, here we go again, and youth who were subjected to seeing racist comments on our Instagram page. AfroFuture Fest has changed our ticketing model to $20 general or $20 general admission, and suggested donation for non-POC. AfroFuture Fest tweeted. But it's still the same. You're talking about all of the people in your community and your family who were subjected to seeing racist comments on our Instagram page. Anytime they looked at your website, they were seeing racism right there in their face. So, what are you even on about? Ms. Ayres said that after right-wing websites highlighted the pricing, venue owners received harassment and some members of the public sent messages to the family of her coordinator. Now, they shouldn't be sending messages to these people. You don't need to do that. You can just call them out on the internet. Share the stories about it. Share videos about it, like this one, like the other ones that likely have been made all over the place. Eventbrite clamped down on the event, stating the approach breached the company's terms and conditions, which I said earlier before this had even come out. I knew it would. We do not permit events that require attendees to pay different prices based on their predicted characteristics such as race or ethnicity, the company said in the statement. A performer pulled out of the event after learning about the ticketing policy, and this goes on to talk about Tiny Jag, who I spoke about earlier in the video. Some people have criticised the musician for her move, arguing that the policy was well-intentioned and supported the local community. No, you fucking moronic shitbag. It is racist. You dozy fuck. Some other person, author of So You Want to Talk About Roast, wrote on Twitter, God, this is embarrassing. Yeah, I feel you. It's an embarrassment to humanity. My white mum would be proud to pay more because she understands the history of economic exploitation of black folk in this country to benefit whiteness, and she wants a better future for black folk, including her black kids. Wow, that's an embarrassing statement. Half of the proceeds will go to No One Gives a Flying Fuck. You're being racist. Eventbrite have called him out for it, like I said. I said it, knew it was racist. I knew that Eventbrite wouldn't be allowing this, they would not be happy at all. But what a surprise. These people, they didn't look at the terms and service, they just went along with what they wanted. Right, so I'm going to end the video there, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Remember to leave a like, share the video and subscribe with the notification bell to know when I upload a new video. And I'll see you all in the next one.